All right, we're looking good so far, I think. All right, let's head over here. Excellent connection. Great. Hello, I'm some guy on the internet, Scotty for short, and today we're going to be talking about, yes, I know I'm streaming. Matter of fact, let me just turn off notifications for a moment. Today I'm going to be talking about Thunderbird. I'm on the GNU Linux operating system called Pop! OS, and this content is rated CC BY SA 4.0 International. Not rated, licensed. So Creative Commons with attribution, share alike, International 4.0. Hopefully I licensed it correctly in the stream settings. I think I did. But I'm going to be showing you the basics of Thunderbird. Now, don't worry, that I know I'm showing my email account here. You can see it right there. That's because I never use this email account for anything serious. It's made for tutorial purposes only. I went and signed up for a bunch of different emails just so I can have enough material to show you in a tutorial. So today I'm going to be showing you how I use Thunderbird, and then you can learn from all of the different things I'm going to be showing you here. So maybe you'll use it differently, but you know. So once you log into Thunderbird, you put in your credentials for your account, you're going to be greeted with, a screen like this. Well, actually it'll be another tab up here, but I closed that one so that we can be in the main window tab here. And I made one change here, which is, I think under view, I increased the pixel size to 16. And I went under the account settings here, and under synchronization and settings, I went to advanced and made sure to click download on all of these. By default, trash and spam are not downloaded to the device. You can still view them from the server, but they don't actually get downloaded. I went ahead and selected them so that they can be downloaded. I wanted everything to be on the system. That's normally how I do it with my actual email accounts, but I went ahead and I'm just showing you what I normally do, even though I don't use this particular email account as my main email. So we're going to be setting up Thunderbird the way that I normally do it and showing you all the things that I do with filters, all that good stuff. So let's get into it. First thing first, I'm looking at the view, and we are on a classic view right now. I think that's the default view for yeah, see, we're on classic view now. So there's others. There's wide, which is very similar. It just cuts the box over here on the side. The folders pane gets cut. And there's another one as well, which is vertical. Let's check that out real quick. Check out vertical. Yeah, I don't like either of them. Well, vertical could work for what I do, but normally, let's just go back to classic here. I'm just going to go back to classic. Then I hit F8 to get rid of the view pane down there, because I don't view my emails in the pane. I just like to have as much on screen as possible here. And then what I do is I use the shortcuts. So Control O opens in a new tab, and then I view my email in the tab. Now another thing that I do, I don't view my email for security purposes. I don't view my email as the HTML. So let me just open that up here. So you can see this is the HTML view. You get all the pictures and things of that nature. I don't view my email like this because, a scammer is going to send a fake email that looks legitimate, and it'll only look legitimate in the HTML form. I view all of my email, well, let me just use the shortcuts. Well, no, video will probably be better like this. So I forgot where everything is in the message body, plain text. Normally I do all of this stuff through the keyboard shortcuts, so I'm trying to remember where they are in the folder. And there we are. This is how I view my emails. Alright, so everything plain text, so that way if a scammer does send their phony baloney email, it's going to show up here as fake. Like, you're immediately going to see that it's fake, because they'll have design to look like from Amazon.com, but you're going to be looking directly at the URL, which will show you that it's clearly not coming from Amazon.com. So plain text is definitely going to be your friend for security purposes. Now, when you want to then switch back, keyboard shortcuts, go back to body, and then you do it as simple. And simple is much better than original HTML, in my opinion, but you do you. I'm just showing you what I do. So let me go back to body plain text there. Another thing to do, let's go and change some security settings real quick. So let's click on the original, the email account. We're going to go to account settings here real quick. Now in here, of course, you set your signature. So that way, whenever you send your mail out, all of that good stuff happens. You can attach signatures and your V card, all of that. I'm not going to mess with that right now. Because again, I'm not planning on sending any emails with this account. Now, let's see. When I delete a message, move it to, where's the junk on this thing? There we go, trash. So when I delete something, I want it to go to the trash. Don't check for new mail on startup. And this one's good only if you create a well, I like to manually control a lot of things, so I don't click this one. I used to run with this one, but it made email too boring, so I don't use that one anymore. Clean up on exit. So every time you close Thunderbird, it'll completely erase your inbox. This one's great if you're dealing with, I guess, a lot of legal stuff or whatever, and you need to, every time you send an email out, you need to CC someone else when you're doing it. So you can go ahead and just add the extra emails here. So that kind of thing. You just comma separate them into here, and that's how you have that. But, obviously I'm not going to do that here. I'm just showing you that's how that's done. Templates, drafts are okay. Okay, here's another one right here, archives. Whenever I archive emails, I do not archive them in the email server. I archive them onto local disk. So first, let me go down here to local disk, or local files, which is on disk. Actually, all of these are technically on the disk, but they're being streamed from the server. If I create the archive here within the email account, it will also create an archive folder on the Google server where the emails will also be archived there. I don't want that. I want my archives to just only be on my disk. So that's why I create them down here in local folder. And you can do something simple as, just create new folder, archive. There you go. That looks pretty good to me. And let's just create that. And there it is, archive. Now, what we can do is go back here, and under keep message archives in, you have other, and we're going to select down here local folder, archives. And now for our options, I like this one right here, the yearly archive, so to just create the this sort of structure. This is all the organization I need. I tried this before, but that was way too many folders. Way too many folders. I don't need that, but depending on what you're doing, if you're a business or whatever, and you need to actually structure them this meticulously, then yeah, sure, go right ahead with that. But this is perfectly fine. And there you go. So the archives are set up on a proper folder, local disk. So when I do my backups, I'm backing up that local disk, and I can target that single archive directory if I wanted to, but truthfully I back up all emails, but this one's the most important. Okay, yep, drafts is good, templates is good. I'm not going to mess with those. Compose messages in HTML format, I take that off because I like plain text. Everything I send is normally in plain text. I'd usually turn this one off because when you're doing a lot of emails back and forth, those threads can get insanely long when you're quoting the original blah blah blah. Yeah, include signatures, that'll be fine. We could do it for forwards as well, that'd be fine. And our global composing settings, let's hop in there real quick. Yep, look good. Spell check before sending. Actually, no, because it'll when you're sending technical email, and yeah, just not that one. And yep, English US is selected down there. Sending format will be only plain text. And yeah, we got our address books. Yep, automatically add the any email I reply to will go into the collected addresses, which is good. And yeah, that looks good right there. Let's check privacy settings. Make sure this is ticked off. Automatic, allow remote content messages. Always take that off. What that does is, let's just pop over here real quick. For those of you who don't know, we'll just find something that's pretty harmless, I guess. Groupon. They're pretty harmless, I guess, for this tutorial. View body, and then we'll do original HTML there. So you can see here there's no images, right? Now if we had this ticked on, it'll automatically download all of these images, as well as cookies, and just a security nightmare. You don't want that. If you absolutely must have a particular image, maybe it's an invoice or something like that from a company that you know and trust, coming from a domain that you know and trust, you go up here to preferences and you show remote content for this message. You see, so now you get the actual images and things for this one message. But you don't do that for all. It's a security nightmare. You don't want to do that. Oh, matter of fact, let me change my settings back. So body plain text. All right. So always leave that checked off for security. And of course you can add exceptions. Again, if it's a domain that you trust and they send their product to you a certain way and you need to see it that way, you can add your exception here for that particular domain. But I don't. I'm only showing you what I do. You do you. Remember websites that I've last visited. I normally turn that off. Cookies off. Do not send. Primary password is great. I do have this on my I guess my default accounts that I actually do for personal and business and everything. I use this. The primary password, well, I'll get into it a little bit later if I remember, which I probably won't. So I should probably talk about it now. All right. So anyway, when you save a bunch of passwords into Thunderbird, right? So right now I only have this one account. On my primary, I have like multiple. Let's just say that. Every time you load Thunderbird, it just logs right in, and you have your Thunderbird accessed. Well, Thunderbird stores session ID tokens, which are basically like cookies that allow you to continuously log in without putting in your password. If those files are, stolen, then the attacker can use those session ID tokens to then pretend to be you to gain access to your accounts. They don't need your password and TOTP and everything because they got the session ID token, which is like permission to access the account. So use a primary password to lock down those session tokens for your account. So when you click this, it'll let you put in a password. And on mine, I have 2 password managers that I manage my primary password on. And that way, whenever you load Thunderbird, before you can do anything, it asks for that primary password. As soon as you load Thunderbird, you put in the primary password, and then it just goes into Thunderbird. All of your accounts will show up like normal, and you don't have to log into each individual account, even though I only have one here, but on my primary I have multiple. Just the primary one protects the session ID tokens. That's the best way to put it. All right, so when I mark a message as junk, yeah, move them to the junk folder, which is great. I don't mind that. Um, this is a good one as well. And yeah, adaptive logging. So if you notice the wrong thing is being marked as junk or whatever, logs are a good way to kind of, right now my logs are empty because I just enabled them. So, but yeah, logs are a good thing. You may not need that, but I like to get a little nerdy. I do send my crash reports because I want to make Thunderbird better. I wish I could take this right here, but it's not enabled in this build. But I want to be able to send as much information back to Thunderbird to let them, make the product better for me. All right, so giving them something. Yeah, this is fine. This is just a little extra protection. Yep, definitely antivirus. Ask me every time. And I don't have any other certificates or anything. I do have my what's it called, my Matrix chat logged in. Oh, speaking of which, turn this play sound off. Even though I don't have a chat logged in on here, I'm not going to log my Matrix chat in here. Not while I'm streaming. I'm not going to be going fishing through my credentials to put that in here. So if you want to learn how to do that, I'm sure it's a tutorial somewhere out there for that. Or maybe I can make a, as a matter of fact, let me change this too. I like, there we are. So we default font Ubuntu size 16. Thank you very much. Advanced. Let's go in here real quick. Make sure that we have, I just put everything Ubuntu. There we go. So we have Ubuntu, and let's do Ubuntu Mono, minimum size 12, and no, we don't want you using your other thing. I don't want them using their own fonts. And yep, this looks good to me. Yeah, this is fine. Date and time. Always show stroll bars. Yep. Oops. Did I turn it off? There we go. Always show stroll bars. Just something I like to do. Turn that play sound off. Because when you have a lot of emails coming in at once, you're just going to be hearing this right here. You know what I mean? And no, turn that off. I don't want any of that. System notifications is fine. I don't mind. Because, yeah, I don't mind. I can always manage it here, so I don't need to worry about that. Yeah, always ask. But I normally have, I'm not going to go through my directory right now, while I'm streaming. But I have a place where the files are supposed to be saved. And I changed that here. Just know that's how that works. Here's where you can add custom tags. So what I have is things like, bills. And then I put my bills in a certain color. Boop, there you go. And bada bing, now you got bills. And then you can do payments. So payments, and just, we'll do orange for that. Payments, yep, there we go. So anytime you paid something and they send you like that invoice, you can have it tagged as a payment and tagged as a bill. So now you have those kind of things right there. Obviously I'm not going to be doing that in this tutorial, so I delete those. I'll go through and look through what I have, and I'll create some better ones for us to play around with. But I was just showing you how you get them in there since I'm looking right at it. Automatically mark messages as read. I turn this off. I like to manually do that. Thunderbird gives me a lot of control, and I benefit from that control. Open in a new tab. Yep, that's how I like it. I like my messages to just go boop right in a new tab, even though I do use keyboard shortcuts most of the time. Return receipts. Let's do the global settings for those. When I send messages requested, nope, I don't want that. Leave in the inbox. That's fine. And I like to make sure never send, never send, never send, and then never send. There we go. So that's my global preferences for return receipts. Boy, I should have got some water before I sat down here. Mouth is already, didn't I bring some water? Clearly I did not. Crap. Okay. Yeah, that looks about right. offline settings. I don't think there's anything in here I need to, yeah, there's nothing here I need to mess around with. I think I did all the rest of those, even composite. Yeah, I did all the rest of those. So we got the settings down. Junk settings. Oh yeah, do not automatically mark as junk if they're in my address books. You can turn on spam assassin, which is great if you're getting a ton of spam. I'm going to not turn that on here for now though. So, you know, but that's a great one if you're getting a lot of spam. This will help you out. Move junk messages to, yep, there we are. That's great. And you can automatically empty your junk folder after a certain amount of time, even though I don't. I already showed you how to make sure that you tick all your boxes to have all your emails downloaded. Synchronize locally. Don't delete any messages. I like to manually delete my messages it's just me is what I like to do. I've never gotten this working. So, I mean, your mileage may vary there. And I already did return receipts. I used global settings for return receipts. And there you go. And that's most of the business right there for getting the basics of your email thing. So this is Scotty. There we go. And that's me. All right. So that's it. Now you got all those. That's like the boring bits. Let me just check the stream real quick to make sure any. Okay, everything looks good. What we want to do now is some of the preferences things. So right now, to see the most current messages, it's all the way at the bottom. So you can see here with the stroll bar, like when Thunderbird loads, it's normally all the way up here at the top, and then you got to go all the way down here to the bottom just to get the most current ones. I don't like that. I like this way, where the recent ones come in at the top, and I want it all to be filtered by the date. So this is the setting that I like. The read not read thing right here, I don't actually need that. You know, sorting by read and not read, that's just something extra that's not necessary there. So if I can just turn that off, there we are. You know, just simplifying the thing a little bit more. Attachments is fine. I also don't need starred, so let's turn starred off. Star is just like favoriting a thing or whatever. So where's it? There we go. Turn starred off. Either we don't need that. So threads, attachments, junk, that's about right for me. You know, correspondence, date. This is my setup right here. And as you can see now, when I click on the message, it does not automatically mark that message as read just because I clicked on it. Same thing, even if I popped in here and actually read that message, look, it's not going to do that. So same thing here, you know, bada bing, bada boom, it's not going to do that. It's just still going to be there. Now, if I want it marked as read, hit M on the keyboard and it will now be marked as read. So let's go ahead and let's just delete those because I hate seeing those in there. Every time I log into the accounts, you get those emails. Hey, you got a security notice. Somebody tried to log into your account, blah, blah, blah. It's like, yeah, I know it was me. And of course I would snatch it out of the stack. All right, hold on. Let me drop it back in the stack real quick. Where was it at in the stack anyways? I think, whoops. Is that the end of the stack already? Yeah, it is. Let's bring it right here. That's fine. Third in the stack will be fine. All right, so where was I before I goofed up? Oh, settings, right? So now I want the same setup on all of my folders, right? You saw how I just cleaned that bar up right there, but when you go to your other folders, you see the other ones still have all the other crap I just took out still in them. I'm not going to manually go through and take all of those off and then adjust them so that I view them by the correct setting with the date where the most recent is at the top. I'm not going to go through and manually do all that. So what I do is I make all the changes here in my inbox that I want, and then I go right on over here, click on that, and then if you go all the way down here, you can see current view 2, and then you go to folder and its children, and then you go over here to that, and then you go over here to that, and then boom, there we go. So now this view should be across all of, okay, so it does have the view but not the columns, so I have to do the other one for the columns, for that. So now we got the first one in. Let's do the columns. Go to children, there we go, and there we go. All right, so now when I go down here, it should, yep, see, now all the other stuff is gone. I just set my view for every single folder in this account, the recursive. All right, so we're shaping up nice and neat now. What else do I do? I'm trying to remember everything. All right, yeah, so if you wanted to take on new things in here, like the size of an email, you could do that. But, I don't care what the size of an email is. Doesn't matter to me. So, where is it? And it does not automatically update across the, so like you see, I'll just add size here. It is not necessarily going to automatically update here. You'd have to go through that column thing again to add size onto the other ones, but I'm not going to do that. Let me just turn size off. Okay, now time for some of the fun stuff. I think I got most of the little boring stuff out of the way. Let's say you got unwanted email, or let's start with the stuff you do want to see, right? So let's organize our email and make it a little bit better for us. Because right now, when you're looking at all this, God, this is just kind of rough, isn't it? So let's start off with creating some directories. We're going to go ahead and let's start with coupons. Should I call them coupons? No, maybe not coupons. Let's just go deals. Nice and simple deals. When you're looking for a deal, that's what I'm talking about. Go ahead and slap deals in there. Oh crap! Did it put it in wrong folder? Okay. Put it in the account, not the inbox. There we go. So now it's actually, no, I don't want it on. Well, you know what? That'll be fine. It's a part of the account, which is different from these. Thunderbird is supposed to be updating, changing how all this works, so it doesn't get so weird. So I could drag it into Gmail, and then it'll show up with these here. But I like being able to minimize the Gmail and keep it outside like that. So a little bit neater. Oh, let me just go get some water. My palate is a bit dry. Pardon. I'm sorry for the noise. My chair is old and squeaky. Okay. Just went and grabbed a bottle of seltzer water. Let me just quickly check back over here real quick, make sure that the stream is still going. This is excellent, great. Yep, everything's working there too. I'm gonna open this away from the mic so you might hear the hiss in 3, 2, 1. There we are. Oh yeah, that's the stuff. A little bit of seltzer. Get you going. Okay. So I'm probably going to be generating mouth noises now. Where was I? Oh, fun stuff. Deals. Okay, so we got deals. What's another thing we need? Obviously, political stuff is in here. But I think I signed up for like Democrat, Republican, like everything. So I might just All right, first let's just get the deals out. Okay. So we want to grab all our deals. Of course, we can do it manually. We can do something like, say, just let's open up Groupon real quick. Let's go ahead and just open that up. We can grab that email address right there, bada bang, plop it right here, and boom. Now we just have a manual filter. Look at all those messages from Groupon, from that address that we just pulled up, right? Everything just Groupon there. And then what we could do is we can do a Control A, which selects them all, and then we could just move them over here manually. But that's not the way we want to work. All right. Thunderbird gives us the tools to have this done automatically, and that's the way we want to do it. So now what we want to do, let me first turn that off. Oh crap, there goes my daughter. She's getting ready to come around here. Tools. All right. So now we're into one of the power features right here. Let's create a new filter. Now we're going to call this puppy, let's run every 10 minutes. We want to make sure we got that. When getting new mail, filter before the junk classification, and run manually. We want all of that on there. Deals. Switch from match all of the following to match any of the following, because we're going to add multiple things here. If you were only running one type of filter in here only, all of the following will be good. But because we're going to be adding multiple different accounts, yeah, you need this. I'm not sure what this one does exactly. I don't use it, but yeah, let's switch over to from, because we're going to be filtering from, meaning the address it came from. It must contain. And then we're going to add this. Now, right now, we have this section. This is like the user no reply. And then you have the domain, which is at rg-groupon, right? rr.groupon. That's the domain. We don't care so much about the user. We want to filter. So we delete the user, and we want to filter just from the domain. Anything from that domain, see, from contains domain. We want to move that we want to move that message to deals. There you go. When I hit OK here, I'm just going to run it manually for the first time. I could wait 10 minutes because you see we have the setting in there. Periodically, every 10 minutes, this will run. And when getting new mail, it will also run. But we have a ton of mail in there right now we need to move. So let's run it right now. One of the things you want to also do whenever you're messing around in here with manual filtering, make sure you're on the proper place. So we're on the inbox here of our email address. So if you have multiple addresses, accounts, that you're going to be messing around with, they'll show up here. But I only have one in there right now. And then you make sure you're in the proper folder to run the filter on. So let's run that filter right now. You can see it's running. We're just going to leave it running. It's probably going to take a little while. In fact, let's move this window a little closer to the main Thunderbird window. And then let's pop over here real quick. So you can see all of this stuff here. Something's happening in the background. We don't want to touch it right now. Boom. Look at that. Look at that. You see that? Automatically. So now anything that comes in from that domain is automatically going to be dumped over here in the deals. And that's what we want. We want deals over here out of the inbox. And I don't want to have to manually keep doing that, every couple of months, cleaning out my inbox with all of the other crap that, that's going to be over there. So here we go right here. Look, new hot deal right there. That's another one. Let's go ahead and grab that too. So we're going to go ahead and grab that email address. Now, again, this is how I do mine. On your screen, I'm going to tap F8, which will bring up this view down here where you can easily, much easier grab that email address from there. So, I'm just letting you know there are multiple ways to do this. And let me just bounce on over here to my thing. We're going to edit deals once more. And then let's just dump that in there. And again, I don't care about the user. I just care about the domain. From contains domain. Boom. Run. And you see it's running now. Go back over here, give it some time because it's a lot of mails that it has to do this with. So you don't want to be clicking around, mucking around with stuff. One of the ways to just, let me just stay here and filter. Oh, okay, so it's done. So there shouldn't be any more emails from that domain in my inbox. They should all just be populated. Yep, see, you got those Newegg hot deals in there. That's fantastic. All right. News. There we go. You see, we got some news over here. Now, abortion pill. And so we got different types of news. Okay. So what we want to do now, let's do something like this. All right. So let's create a folder. New folder. We're going to do news. Right, so we can have our news, which is great. Now within our news, we're going to create a subdirectory right there. We want tech, and then we want other. You can create as many as you want in there. To keep it simple, I'm only going to break down these two, tech and other. I'm not going to be, if you've seen it once, you've seen it 1,000 times, that kind of thing. So let's grab the hacker news. That's some good news right there. We want some hacker news. Oh yeah, I forgot I opened this plane down here. I was about to do the Control-O thing to pull it back up over here. Then you can use Control-W to close that tab, and it'll bring you right back over there like that. But let's go ahead and grab this. We want to copy that email address. Now let me just, because I'm in Papa West using the tiling, I can just bounce around a little bit quicker like that. Now we can also do Alt E, should open that up. And oh wait, no, this is deals. We don't want to do that. We don't want to do that. So let's do Alt N to create a new filter. And periodically before junk classification manually run, we're going to switch to any. We're going to call this tech news. Or actually, no, news should come first because that's the parent, and tech. Again, you can call this whatever the hell you want, right? You can call it whatever, but we're gonna I like the news tech, so it helps me remember what it is, that kind of thing. We're gonna move messages to news and tech. There you go. So now whatever I put in here, like this from Hacker News, what is it? The Hacker News domain? Probably is. Who knows? I'll go back and check it. Yeah, tech over on this folder is gonna move it there. No, that subject we're gonna go to from. Yeah, so if you run your filter and it doesn't work, you didn't change it from subject to from. So from contains and that. Yeah. So do that. Make sure that we're in inbox. Run it. And that's I'm pretty sure that's got a lot of mail that it's got a bump on over there. 200 and something just got bumped over there. Yep. Very good. So you can see our inbox now is shrinking. It was like 3,000 mails in there, right? And now look at that. It's shrinking because we're just doing it, making sure that it's going to happen automatically over time as well. So that manual way is fine if you know you only had to do it once, or if you just want to visually see what's happening right now. But if you want it to happen automatically, set up them filters. They're going to do a lot of work for you. So where was that other thing that I saw that had the Guardian? So we're going to go ahead and grab that Guardian one as well. Yeah, let's copy that address. And we're going to create a new filter here for news other. Periodically match to all of the following. From contains, bada boom, move message over to other. Done, run. Oh wait, did I really do that right? Edit. I did not do domain. I just did info. So let's do domain. There we go. Now, another thing that we want to do. when we're creating a filter designed to get rid of stuff, placement's kind of important. So if there's something very, very important coming in that has been mistakenly well, no, it shouldn't happen. It shouldn't happen either way. But I like to keep my junk related stuff at the top. So I have two ways of oh crap, not edit. That's not what I want to do. I like to do a delete periodically every 10 minutes. And we do a from. No, we don't move it. We just delete it. Where's the delete? Oh, there we are. Skip right past it. Well, before we delete it, first mark as red. So mark as red and then delete. So this is how I set up my delete. Okay, so I can save that. Let me grab something that I want to delete. Here we go. Official Trump alerts. Let's grab that, copy that. And let's see, do they have different domains for these things? Let's check whoops. Here we are. So we got the official Trump alerts here. They look like they're all coming from the same user desk at desk there. Let's try that one. Okay, so this is from The Guardian. It just has the word Trump in it somewhere. Yep, there we are. Donald Trump right there. Or Democrats. Okay. So we have Democrats here as well. And I don't know who these guys are. Morning Brew. Yeah, I don't know who. I can't even remember signing up for all of this, but obviously I did. That's why they're in here. Let's just grab the official Trump alerts one. So copy that. And so we want to delete that, right? Maybe we signed up for it, but we no longer want to receive it. But maybe they're not the bad guy. They're just somebody that we once wanted to view their content, and now we kind of outgrown it. Maybe it's getting a little bit repetitive, and maybe we'll pop back in later. I don't want to have to go through unsubscribing now and then subscribing again in the future when I once again want to see the content. You know what I mean? So then what I do, I throw them right in here. Just go ahead and dump them right in there. Go ahead and take off the user. We're only going to capture domain, dump them right in there, and now they're going to be gone. But say, for instance, I never signed up for them, and I don't know why I'm receiving it. Maybe my account was sold to another news group or agency or whatever, and now I'm just receiving all sorts of spam that I do not like, and it's actual junk. Well, let's create one for junk. So now we call that junk. We're going to make sure every periodically after junk classification, from it's all the way at the top this time, probably because I moved the window. So now I don't want to receive anything from these guys, right? All junk. Mark as red first. Where's the there we go. Mark as red. Add a new condition here. We want to also set junk status to junk, and then we also want to delete message. Or if we don't want to delete, we can have it moved to the junk mail. So we can say, since we're marking it as junk, move message to spam. There. So it gets marked as red, so I don't have to see the little number beside the thing. Another thing that we can do as well, let me first do that, and I'm going to run it just to show you that it works. Pop back over here. Boop. All of that just got taken out. And where is it? Right down in here. But it no longer has... it's not going to show. You see how this one has the big number right there beside it? It's not going to show that here because it got marked as red. Another secret that you can do, or not secret, little tip. if you do Shift C, it'll automatically mark everything in that folder as red. So Shift C, basically trying to create a capital C. It'll mark it all as red. I don't want to do that for everything, but I'm just teaching you some hotkeys as we go along. On the, I want my junk stuff to happen after delete. I want delete to happen first because, again, the innocent newsletters that I actually signed up for, I want them to not get hit, and then the junk stuff to get filtered, then the news stuff, then the deals. Now, another thing that you can do, let's create a custom tag. This is just something that I do personally here. We can run over here. We can create that tag. Well, actually, I think it's under the other settings. So let me go down here. I think tags are down here somewhere. Yep, here we are. So we create a tag. I'm not going to name it what I name it in real life, but this is close enough to what I name it in real life. And I like to pick a color that kinda, let me get a custom color. Something that just kinda looks gross. Right in here kinda has some grossy color that I don't really want to associate with I don't know. That'll do. We're not going to spend too much time. We're just going to use a color like that, and then we're going to put that in there just like that. Now, what we could do is from our filter, let's go over here, go to junk, edit. After marking as red, before setting the junk status, let's tag it. So we're going to add, you see we clicked that to add a new condition in between there. We're going to tag message as that, and then set the junk status, and then move it. So for all future things, that'll happen. Now, if we want to see it happen to everything that was already marked as junk, like see these don't have the tag because I ran the filter before I added the tag. What I could do is let's direct the filter to the folder. All right. So what we right now is directed at the inbox. Let's just go ahead and direct it on over here to the spam folder. So now we're going to run junk filter on the spam folder. Run. Did I click it? Okay, yeah, it happened quick. It didn't do anything, I guess, because all it did is apply the tag. And now look, everything has a tag. You see? Now, another thing you could do if you just wanted to apply that tag, Control A, select everything, and then should be an option somewhere over here. There we go. And then you hit the tag. Now you could also just hit 6 on the keyboard. If you know what number the tag is, you can also hit 6. So I'm gonna just hit 0 to mark everything untagged, and then I'm just gonna hit 6 to retag it all. There we are. So now everything's got the proper tag and it's where it's supposed to be. Now this is not a political video of any kind. This is just content that I'm creating, showing you how to use Thunderbird. I'm not telling you anything about these political organizations. I intentionally signed up for some of this stuff hoping that they would sell the email account so that I can get more emails to demonstrate more stuff with. And it appears it worked. So you can see we got our Guardian stuff in here. Now, another thing that you can do, you got a ton of stuff in here. Apparently the Guardian stopped sending me emails, or oh no, you know what? I see what happened. So you can see these no longer have the is the date supposed to be at the top, but because I just created these folders, they don't have the same setting that I originally applied over here from the thing. That's okay. We can reapply all of that later. First, let's We got Tiger Direct. Let's go ahead and grab those Tiger Direct emails as well. So let's go ahead and copy that and throw that down here in deals, or actually not. Yeah, is it in deals? Yeah, that's in deals. I don't think Tiger Direct does news, right? So I'm just trying to make sure it's going to be in the right thing. There we are. And again, I don't care which user it's from. It just needs to come from that domain. So it's a good idea to verify the domain ahead of time. And then once you know that the domain is the authentic domain, you can go to like a whois lookup or whatever and verify that it is the actual domain. Bada boom, bada bang. Let me make sure I redirect that to the inbox folder. So I'm targeting index inbox folder with the deals filter. Run that puppy. And it's running because it's a lot of mail. And there you go. You're filtering more and more stuff out. And I'm not going to do any more of those type of filters because I feel like you understand. You know how to do it now. Let's think about string type with tags as well. So first, let's reapply our view to folder and all of the stuff. Yep, that's it. So now when I go down here, see, it's got that. It's at the top like I wanted it to be now because I reapplied those settings. Another thing you can do, manual filters. So let's go ahead and create a manual filter real quick. And we're going to call this anything older than 14 days. You know, this will be a age type filter, age 14 days. That looks good. So this will be manually ran. We're not caring about getting new, any of that. It's just going to be 100% manual. We're going to be matching it to all of the following because we're not specifying a specific string of data. We're going to be focusing on, I guess, what will be metadata, I guess. So let's age in days is greater than 14. So anything older than 14 days, we want that to be marked as red. And you can add tags there as well. So if it's older than 14 days, you can have it tagged whatever color if you want. I already showed you how to do all that. So we got a manual filter. Let's move that to the bottom. We don't want the manual filters at the top. I like to keep mine at the bottom. So now I can target news, tech. Now run that filter against tech. Now I can target news other. Run that filter against news other, and then deals. Run that filter against deals. Go back to inbox. So now you can see it's only showing 20 instead of like the couple of hundred that was just in. And look at that, you see that? Now deals is starting to adjust because the filter is still applying against it. So that's why the number is going down. The filter is still marking them as red. So they're actually still in there. If I click on here, you can see we're still strolling all the way down. It's just marked as red now. So you don't have to keep doing that. You don't have to see the big number on the side. I thought I did these as well. I guess it's just a ton of, yeah, it's just a ton of mail in there. All right. So let me just go ahead and turn that thing off right there. So these are the type of filters you can set up. And another thing that I do, we're going to pretend like US Gov. What's this? I probably should have left that back up there. Let me just bring that back real quick and see what this is. Okay, let's play with this one real quick. I want to pretend this is from my bank, I guess. Let's see what all kind of stuff comes from them first. Maybe not this one. This one wouldn't work. I need something to pretend like it will be the bank. We can try this one, I guess. Copy email address. Let's just quickly see. This would work then. Oh yeah, this would work. What we want to do now, let's set up a bank subdirectory here. Whoops. So we're pretending here, right? We know this is not actually. Oh crap, I put it in home again. Let's put it up there. Just drag it right on over there. Bloop, there we are. So we got our bank stuff right there. Now let's go ahead and set up a filter for our bank information. Let's go ahead and create a new filter. Bank. Manually run getting new mail before junk classification. Periodically match all of the following. From contains bank stuff there. There we are. Move message to bank. Okay. And let's run it. Okay. Now, when dealing with filters, one of the things that I do is, you've seen the pull from a domain, right? So we verified this is our bank domain. These are official messages from the bank. Let's just go ahead and apply our global settings one more time. Crap. Our global settings one more time. Current view, folder and its children. Bada boom, bada bing. There you go. So now the bank should have everything that the others have. All right. So we've confirmed that this is our bank. We know that all the messages here are legit. But let's say these are like the promotional stuff from the bank, right? The bank just keeps sending all this promotional crap right here. Deal select, deal select. We don't want the promotional crap. We just want the good stuff down here that the bank will send, but not the promotional crap. So what we could do ahead of time, like before the bank filter is ran, because this is the bank one. What we want to do is let's just open one of these up real quick. Scroll to the top, grab this one real quick. It's coming from the same domain, so that's fine. We want to set our filter now to react to the subject, right? So let's go ahead and grab. This probably wouldn't be a good example because it's only 2 words. Most banks are going to send like a bunch of stuff. So let's change our minds here really quickly. We're just going to pick. Looks like the Home Depot is the most frequently one. Okay, so let's use the Home Depot one. Yeah, the Home Depot one, we're going to call that the promotional stuff from the bank, right? So we want to find a consecutive set of words that appears on each of the promotional crap that the bank sends. So we copy that, and we only need 3 to 4 words. You don't want to be over there trying to, filter all of this. Just this right here, get your by. You can even go with just these 3, but if you can get 4, sometimes you go for 4, but 3 to 4 words. And then what we want to do, let's create the new filter here. Periodically before subject contains, bada boom. And then we will call this bank promo. What we could do is automatically mark as read, and then we could also tag it with I'm gonna use an existing tag. I was gonna create a new tag for like promo, but no, too much time. You know how to do that. If you wanted to do that, you could do that later. So I'm just gonna use the same tag I've already created there. Mark as red tag, and yeah, that looks good. Subject contains manual, periodic, matched to any of the following, and okay. So now let's find another promotional thing that the bank normally sends. Let's just use this because it'll be quick. So we can just grab these three right here. Yeah, we can just grab these three right here and it'll be fine. Add a new one, paste. And I'll grab one more because there's going to be another example. There's going to be more to this stream. So we're going to be editing filters and other things later on. But in a different way than you'd expect. I did Home Depot already, right? Let's do the Walmart one. But you see the Walmart one has two different types. So this might work out for us. Let's just grab fresh picks. No comma, we don't need that. We just grab that like that. We can add the comma if we want, but you know. And bada boom. Now I'm gonna run this manually against the bank folder real quick. Promo bank, yep, run. And now if I go back over here to the bank, bada boom, bada bang, everything gets marked up the way it's supposed to be. And now when I go to archive the stuff that I want, right? I can target everything a certain way and have it automatically stripped out. So I can have another filter that will automatically strip out this crap that I just targeted like this. I can just change that filter, bank promo, and have it, you know, instead of just tagging it now, just automatically delete it, get rid of it, because it's not stuff I want to keep, right? So I'm just showing you things you can do. Right now I'm just tagging it, but you know. I think there is a way to filter with the tags, if I'm not mistaken. No. I don't think there's a way to filter with the tag, or maybe there is. I'm just not. Let me see. Maybe there is. I just can't think of it right now. I think there's a view. There we go. There we are. So yeah, there is a way, but yeah. So if you wanted to just delete them out of there, you could just view only the messages that have the tag. Then of course, remember, do a Control A, which will highlight them all, and then hit the delete key and they'll all go away. I'm not going to do that right now though. I'm just showing you that there is a way. I just had to remember what it was. Okay, filters. Let's go back to filters real quick. Under the filters, let's okay, from the Thunderbird UI, let me get a little sip of little sippy sip of the seltzer. Oh yeah, that's the good stuff. Pardon. Okay, so we got our filters lined up the way that we want them. The filters appear to be like their own file, right? They appear to be like their own thing because we had to constantly create a new filter each time, and they look like they're going to be a bunch of different filters that we have to edit manually. Or not have to, because you can just leave them just how they are right now and they'll continue to work just the way that they are right now. Because I'm a nerd and I like messing with stuff, I like to edit my filters unless, I think Bank Promo was the one I was going to mess with. Yeah, Bank Promo is one I'm going to mess with. What's another one? I needed one that's going to have a bunch of stuff in it. I think News Other had a bunch of stuff in it. Oh no, not News Other. Was Tech that had a bunch of stuff in it? Crap. So in order to do the proper thing here, I need to add more stuff to these filters. So if I'm going to show you a little bit more, let me just add some crap to it. So for junk, let's do junk. Or I'm just going to copy this one. I think that was in Be Frugal. Let's put that in Deals. Yeah, so Deals is one that's going to have a lot of stuff in it. And we'll just leave the whole thing in there, right? Because I want there to be a couple of different things that you'll see when I'm doing this. So Be Frugal will be in there. Wait, I thought I filtered the Hacker News out already. So apparently there's 2 Hacker News domains. Yay, that's great. We'll copy that. And we want News Tech. Let's go ahead and edit that up real quick. Bloop. There we are. Throw that in there. Hey, it's free. Who are these guys? Yep. Copy that. And Deals. I'm just giving us some more examples. So Be Frugal. Hey, it's free. I don't know who this is. Oh, yay, they can go to bank, right? They have bank stuff. Copy. Put them in bank. Bank. There you go. All right. So I think we got enough to show you. I think News Other was the one that had a bunch of stuff in it. No. Was it Deals that had a bunch of stuff in it? Okay, yeah, Deals. Great. So Deals is going to be a good one, as well as bank. Or was it Bank Promo? That was the one. Yeah, Bank Promo. Okay. So those look good. Let me run this against the inbox real quick so we can. We're gonna run News Other, Tech, Deals. Oh, it's still running. I didn't want to hit it and make it stop. There you go. And there you go. So we can close this window now. Just give it a little time. Oh, Nextcloud. I should have added that in there. I didn't even see it. That should have gone over there too. All right, it'll be fine. So we still have a bunch of crap in here, but I'm not going to go through all of it right now. We just need for you to see how to, let's mark that as red and delete that. All right. So now, for the super nerdy stuff. You know how to go into here and get to your filter. Oh, why'd I do that? Get back in the fold, you. Stop being difficult. There you are. Okay, so you've seen how to get to your filters, and you know how to edit them here. Now, one of the things I like to do is was it Deal Other? Oh no, Deals. Deals is one. Edit. I like for my filters to be in alphabetical order. Now clearly it's not. You got it starting with at R here, then at P, then at E. Clearly it's not in alphabetical order, right? And just to make sure that we have some differences here, I'm just gonna randomly go in there and just change a couple letters to capital just to kind of mess with it a little bit. Okay, now I'm not going to manually edit these to get them in alphabetical order because that's going to be a nightmare, right? And again, you don't have to do it. This is just something I like to do. And if you want to do it as well, because when this filter runs, I want it to run in alphabetical order against whatever it's running against. You know, I don't want to start off with R, then P, then E. You know what I mean? Just run alphabetical order against the material to get it out of there in a more efficient way. Over the years, you're going to have a ton of stuff you're trying to filter. I've been running Thunderbird for years, man, and I got a lot of stuff I got to keep in alphabetical order. Or not got to, but I want to. Let's close that. And again, I'm not going to do it by hand because as the years go on, I just keep adding and adding and adding. So let's close Thunderbird real quick. And I'm going to show you how to edit a Thunderbird filter. So I'm here in my playground real quick. Let me get my keyboard slid over just a little bit more. I had to move over to be closer to my mic. Let me try to slide back over some more. Get another quick little sip-a-roo. All right. All right. So you can see this is the file, what it's called, the filter. Except with the ad is not going to be there. That's just something I have in my terminal with LS. I have that to show that. So let me just do LA. There you go. So it's going to be just this right here. That's I linked to this filter from its actual folder. So if I CD into where Thunderbird keeps the filters, and I've already added it to no, did I put it under GNU? I think I put it under GNU. Yeah, here we are. So now you can see the string where Thunderbird keeps its stuff. It's going to be in the home.thunderbird random string of gibberish, which you can substitute with something like let me just so we can do home.thunderbird. Then you could just do star dot, and yours will say default release. So, you know, you do default release, but for me, because I created a separate profile, mine will be this, just so you don't have to remember that random string of gibberish. Now there's going to be random string of gibberish default, and then random string of gibberish default release. Default release is where your actual account information is going to go. So that's how you get to your Thunderbird filters. So into the default release, but again, I created a custom profile. You can rename it by using Thunderbird Profile Manager in the terminal. It'll, you know, they have a website to teach you how to do that, Thunderbird. In the IMAP mail, and then of course if you have Yahoo, it'll say Yahoo, but because we're dealing with a Gmail one, it'll say Gmail. Inside that Gmail folder, you will then have your message filter, that, and you can see all your other, see all those folders that we created down there, deals, bank, all of that. It's all going to be in there. So what we're going to be dealing with right now is this. That's where all your filters are in that one file. Now I already have it linked over to Playground 22. Oh, that's right. I forgot to, I already have it linked here. So let's do that. Do a tab complete. Permissions denied. That's a strange. You shouldn't need sudo access for that. Okay. Maybe we have to go back to the new, and now do Vim that. Yep, there we are. So for some reason, Vim will not let me access it through the thing there. Strange. But it's okay, because now we have access. So we're in Vim. If you want to use Nano, whatever, but I'm using Vim. So I suggest you get your hands, get in on Vim, and you can do some of the cool stuff I'm going to show you here if you're interested in doing it. So as you can see, these are our filters. They're separated by two columns, which is name and condition. Oh, I keep forgetting I gotta do capital. So in between these two is one filter. I'm trying to take that off. There we go. And then from here to here is another filter. So in the UI, it makes it look like it's going to be a separate file, but it's just one file with all the properties listed within it. Okay, so I forgot which ones I said I was going to edit. Oh, here we are. Here's a good one right here. So which one is this? This is the news tech. So news tech has a lot of stuff in it, right? So you can see, let's just jump to the end there. It goes out to 211. So this is the stuff you want to edit to organize your filter, the conditions. First thing we need to do though, we need a blank slate to edit our filters on. We don't want to do the complex work of organizing and everything here inside the filter itself. What we want to do, let's do open let's do downloads, playground. Oh, it's documents, no wonder. Downloads, playground, 2023 04 22, and then we will do test. Yeah, test.txt. That's all that is. Just a simple thing. We're just going to open that up. That file does not actually exist, so we just created that. Let's write it. So now it actually does exist on the disk. And one other thing I'm going to open up here. So let me just let me open up my Vim session. So in the Vim session, I'm going to go to .config Vim. You may not have this directory on your system. I created it on my system. So inside of config, I created Vim, and then I created sessions, and then I stored these files in there. So I'm going to do TB for Thunderbird filters. So I created that filter inside of those created subdirectories. Open that puppy up. I think that's the old S1 right there, isn't it? I don't know why I kept the old S1. And in fact, I'm just gonna what I could do, let me just rename this one to 4. I was thinking about this before, but I forgot to do it. So I'm gonna just rename that one to 4, leader 4. This one is going to be renamed to leader 2, and this one's going to be renamed to leader 3. And I think what I'll do, delete and move it down here, delete, and then I will bring these together with that. There we go. So now they're all in order the way I wanted them. Okay, let's write that to disk. So this is the mapping that I'm going to be using to edit my filters. So let's head back over to let's do an ls here, and we want to go to buffer 2. In buffer 2, well, first we have to go to buffer 1 so we can actually do a double Y to yank this line that we're on, line 37, which is the conditions for our deals. filter. So under deals, we got line 37 here, which is our conditions. Let's head on over to buffer 2 real quick. We're going to do a P. We're going to dump that in here. All right. Now let's source. We're going to source our .config. Let me just hit up. No, we don't want to use oh no. We want to use TB. There we go. Thunderbird filters. That's what TB stands for. So now I'm going to source this. Sourcing it just tells Vim use these as an extension of Vim, and the different mappings that I have placed in that file will become accessible to me inside of this blank file that I just created, which is what did I name this thing? Test.txt. All right, so let's go ahead and save here first. First thing I'm going to do, I'm going to run leader1, which will break it down. So let's go over the filter. You see it has condition, equal, quotation, then you have or, followed by from contains. Remember that when we set it up in the filter, from contains, and they're separated by commas here. And then you have the actual information that you're trying to filter out. And then that's rinse and repeated all the way through, all the way down to the end. And it ends with another double quote. So that's how the filter is actually structured. We're going to break that down now. So we're going to do leader1, boom. You see, that was automatically broken down for me. It deleted, let's undo it real quick so you can see. It deleted, let me control L, shout out to Dave Morris and Archer72. We deleted the contains equal double quote here and the other double quote there. We deleted those. And then we took each of these elements separated by the word or and put them onto their own line. So let's do that again. Leader1. Okay. Undo. 0. Take that away. Leader1. There we go. All right. So that leader did all the work for us so we don't have to go through it. Now, if we tried to sort this alphabetically, it is not going to work. Just because, I mean, the capital letters is going to screw up the alphabetical. So you see the at stuff here isn't sorted properly. And then this isn't sorted properly either. So if we try to, let's go to the top, Vim, and then we try our sort here. Actually, it did sort it properly. Look at that. So what if I did, let's do a capital R here then, and then we'll GG0, capital V, capital G, command sort. There you go. So you see that capital R is now at the top of the E. That's not right, is it? No, it's not supposed to be like that. So what we want to do is run leader2. Let's take a look at what leader2 is. Let's go to buffer 3 real quick so we can, oh, I got to save it. Yeah. Okay. So leader2 is what we have. It's going to introduce this U right here, that U that the cursor is on. That U is going to be used to bring everything into lowercase. That's what U does, but we just built it into a mapping. And then we're going to run sort again later on with unique. So if there were any duplicates in there, the duplicate would be deleted. And we're going to test that in just a minute. So let's head back over to buffer 2. And what I want to do first, I'm going to, let me yank this line here, and then we're going to paste it a couple of times. Another thing I want to test real quick, let me make sure that they have their spaces at the end. So what I want to do, I want to search for a space at the end of the line. No spaces at the end of the line? That's not right. Search for, Yeah, that should, you mean none of them have a space at the end of the line? Well, they should. That's strange. Well, no matter. Our filter will take care of that anyways. But you can see we have the the duplicates here. So now what we're going to do, let's run leader 2. Leader 2 is going to lowercase everything, sort them alphabetically, and remove the duplicates. So here we are, leader 2. There we go. Look at that. Nice and clean. Everything's lowercase. And don't worry, that the filters work rather uppercase, lowercase, or whatever. That does not affect how the filters function. But if you want them in alphabetical order, you got to deal with the capital, the casing. So we have everything now organized the way we need them to. Now let's go with leader 3. Leader 3, which puts that space at the end of every single line that I was looking for earlier. And then we go for, so we have 4 lines. I'm going to do 5 and a capital J, which puts everything on one line like they're supposed to be. And then we're going to do leader 4. And now you can see the condition equal is back. And if we go to the end of the line, boop, there's the other thing at the end of the line there. And do a 0 to get back to the beginning. We have just reconstructed our filter. Just that simple. We tore it down. We got rid of duplicates, made it all lowercase, put it in alphabetical order, and reconstructed it very quickly. Now, it was slow because I was explaining everything that was happening, but, you know, obviously it's much faster than that. So now let me do a double Y to yank that. Then we're going to go back over to buffer 1. Oh, yeah, let me save. Now in buffer 1, what we do is we do a P to paste it. It's going to come in right underneath. And then we go to the end. We're looking at them to make sure they're the same length. If it was shorter, that's because we removed the duplicate. So it's fine if it ends up being shorter. You know, chances are over the years you might have added the same thing twice. And now we can delete this top one because we don't need it anymore. We just edited that. So this is deals, right? So we just did deals. Let's save it real quick. Now what we want to do, let's open up Thunderbird. Yep, Ganoob. I'm not gonna, yeah, compact. And yeah, that'll be fine. Automatically do the compacting. So it's doing the filter and compacting, all of that jazz. One of the things I'm going to point out, if you have servers like Yahoo email accounts or whatever, Yahoo email servers are pretty slow, and sometimes you might think it's Thunderbird that's being slow and jittery and buggy or whatever, but I can guarantee you it's going to be server side where the issue is happening. Google servers are pretty good, but Yahoo ones I've noticed, I mean, I'm always having trouble with Yahoo servers. Filters, there we are. So we're going to go down here, tools, filters, and I think it was deals, right, that we were messing around with. Let's take a look at it. What do you know? Alphabetical order, everything lowercase, just like we just manipulated it, right? Now you can think, if you are like me and you have about 50, 60 different things in there and you're constantly adding to them, you know, over and over. And I do a news show on Hacker Public Radio. I have newsletters for days. So I got a ton of mail that I have to filter on the regular. If I don't open my Thunderbird like every single day, I have a backlog of news that by the time I load it and it has to finish filtering all that crap out, I might as well just get up and go for a walk and then come back. You know what I mean? So I got to constantly keep Thunderbird open to just don't let the news get backed up too bad. But yeah, you see, we just edited a filter. Now another one I want to show you real quick, because with that one, it has domain specific properties in it, you know, at here, user at domain, that kind of thing. With the promo one, see, this one has names with spaces in them. You know, they're just basically a string of words, right? And it's not constructed in a domain way. Well, that's fine. So let's go to bank promo filter real quick. We're going to go ahead and close Thunderbird filters. We're going to go ahead and close Thunderbird because you don't want to be editing these filters with that open. And let's go ahead and check out promo. There we go. Oh, there's two promos. Okay. All right. So this is bank promo right here. Let's do a double. Let me go to the BA, double Y right here. Buffer 2. Let me just paste that down there and delete the first one. So this is the bank promo stuff right here, right? Let me save real quick. Now I'm going to just go through this one fast. You've already seen it slow with me explaining every single thing. I'm just going to go through it quick, show you how it's done. There we are. And no matter how long that filter is, you're always going to have, you know, this kind of thing. It's super simple, super easy. And, you know, go ahead and pop that back open real quick. Get down here to promo, take a look. Look at that. Just the way we want it. And there you go. That's how you edit your filters. So you can keep them all in alphabetical order. And that way when they run against the inbox or whatever folder you're running them against, it'll be a little bit more efficient in my way of believing. Now, I have not timed it or anything like that to be able to provide you any sort of numbers or statistics, but it just makes sense to me, and I'm a nerd and I want to do it, you know? So if you want to nerd out and do all of those things as well, if you head on over to Hacker Public Radio, I have a show coming up that's gonna actually let me just go ahead and can I open up a new tab here, please? Hacker. Whoops. So let's just go on over here to hackerpublicradio.org. We're going to go ahead and chomp down there. Now, down in here, it should be in here somewhere. There we go. By some guy on the internet editing Thunderbird filters using Vim. So I did a show on that. And inside that show, what you're going to see is my maps here. Now, you saw I renamed my maps recently, so they no longer call N1, S1. I just made them leader 1, 2, 3, 4 now. So, you know, you can do the same thing if you want. And there you go. You got the maps right there. You could just copy them puppies, put them in your own Vim session, and you can rewatch this video if you like. You can see Creative Commons, Attribution, Share Alike 4.0. So this is free for you to use. You don't have to worry about anything. And yeah, there you are. You have plenty of information now to begin using Thunderbird like a pro. Start getting all that crap and clutter out of your inbox and start archiving like a champ. You know what I mean? Didn't I archive some stuff? I guess I can show you how to archive some stuff too while I'm here. It's super simple and easy. They don't have an actual archiving filter, even though it says there's an archiving filter. So like, let me just show you here real quick. Tools, filters. So if I were to create a new filter, and we're just going to call it archive, and I select that, right? So this is going to be a manually running one, obviously. You don't run an automatic, or if you wanted to, you can have it automatic. It's not going to do anything because it doesn't work. But I mean, match any of the following, select your properties is, I don't know what it's supposed to do, but it does not actually archive anything. So I'm just showing you that the filters say there's one. Just, yeah, you know. But if you want to archive stuff, what you'll do is, I don't want to have a bunch of crap. Well, I guess it don't matter. It's already on my computer anyway. So, let's say these deal select ones are the stuff we want to archive, right? So what you do is you can set an archiving filter to tag these with a certain color, and then you can filter them by the by the tag. And then what you do is, so I'm just going to do a few here just to demonstrate. Once you filter them by the tag, like I showed you, so I'm just going to use a tag here. What's this one? Okay, blue. All right, so let me delete that now. So once you get them all filtered by the tag, then you do that so you can view only the stuff with this tag, or well, I guess it's going to show all tags, but let's only blue. There we go. So we have only the blue ones here. You do Control A to select everything, and then you do A. Once you hit A, you can see it's automatically moving all of this out down here to the archiving folder, and the archiving folder is going to have the year for the things that were archived. And bada boom, bada bing, you just archived. There you go. So archiving is super simple and easy as well. I'm gonna have to remember that I did that, because I'll probably questioning later on when I come back, go like, wait, why in the heck did I archive a bunch of yeah. Yeah, so now you can see the size of our inbox went from 3,000 something number all the way down to 500. And, you know, it'll continuously, whoops, I accidentally hit the mic there. Sorry about that. It'll continuously go down more and more as you add more filters. So I'm not going to add any more. I already showed you how to do it. This is Thunderbird like a pro. I'm trying to think of anything else I might have forgotten security wise. I'm sure it's something I'm forgetting here. Let me just pop back in here real quick. I already told you about the plain text stuff. I wish I had a scam email in here that I can show you real quick. I don't have any here, but I have plenty in my personal email. But yeah, I think there is a setting that I wanted you to see. I'm just trying to remember where it is, because when you're viewing email, right? Let's do Nextcloud real quick. When you're viewing email, or actually, you know what? I know which one will be a good one. Remember that it was the Hacker News one. I think this one was one. Yeah, here we are. So it'll show news in L00. What if we're just gonna pretend real quick that this is a fake Hacker News, right? This is a malicious site pretending to be Hacker News, and we're pretending now. So it'll show up with the HTML and everything to look like legitimate Hacker News. So if I just switched on body, and we're gonna do simple HTML real quick. You know, it'll have the big headers and all of that stuff to make you think it's Hacker News, but it's actually not. In the plain text, however, you're not going to be fooled by these links and everything. So view message body plain text. Oh wait, what did I do? Oh, I didn't do this. All right, so view body type plain text. All right, so open this one again. This is the one we were working on. So you can see in here now, it doesn't have anything in there. Let's find a better one to use as an example. I guess all of those N100 ones won't show anything. Yeah. So what happened to the other? Did I not put the other Hacker News ones in here? I thought I put all the Hacker News ones in there. All right, never mind. I'm trying to find a good example to show you why you'd want to do this, but either way, let me just go find the setting. Why do I keep doing that? I'm over here noobing it up. I think it's under, is it under these settings over here? Under no, it can't be under here because I would have saw it earlier. There is a setting to with aliases. I'm trying to remember where it is, but do not ever view your email by the alias. Maybe it's under the oh, what is it? It's like preferred view name or something like that. I'll find it in a bit. Let's try the address book. It might be under here somewhere. No, it's not in there. Maybe under privacy. Okay, I can't find it now, but I know it's in here somewhere where there's a setting that lets you decide how you're going to view your emails, when they come in. So rather than seeing Nextcloud or whatever, you always want to see the address is what I'm getting to. This is default, so I guess Thunderbird does give it to you by default, but there's another setting in here somewhere. I know where it is. I just can't remember. I did it so long ago, you know what I mean? I can't remember where it was, but there's another setting that, matter of fact, let me just click on it. Maybe it's in here. Nope. There isn't. It's not in there. All right, so I'm still trying to find it. I'm like, no, give up. Just don't worry about it. Always show send. There we go. There we go. I know I was gonna find it. See, always show sender's full address. Yeah, we can do large subject. You got bad eyes. You want to be able to see that. Icons and text. No, just do text. I don't want to see all. Oh wait, no, that's the wrong thing. I want icons and text over here. I thought it was over here. Like you see how that has that icon there. No, I don't want that. So I like I like my icons and text. So let's see what it looks like. Just icons. Oh no, too small. No thanks. Let me get some water. But yeah, I knew it was in there somewhere. I just couldn't remember how I got to it. You always want to see the full address because when they basically spoof it, just like when they're spoofing telephone numbers or whatever. So it'll say Amazon, or if you have a bank, it'll be yourbank.com or whatever. That'll come through. But if you're not looking at the address will be from google.com. But the alias will mislead you into believing it's from yourbank.com. So one of the things I want to talk to you guys about, well, I'll do it in the show. The show is going to be based on convenience versus security and the delicate balance that we have and how we defeat ourselves with convenience features that overpower security features. On mobile, I don't even think you can actually, like the same way I just showed you how to always show the full address. I don't even think you can do that on mobile. That's why I never, that's not the only reason that I don't do email on mobile. But this is a security feature. If you're only able to see the alias, you can be getting scammed left, right, front, and center. Also, plain text. Trust me, if you get an email that looks fishy, switch to plain text real quick and see where it'll show you exactly where those links are coming from. Now, do not click on any of them. You know what I mean? Don't click on anything, and definitely don't download any content from them. All right. But you'll see clearly if it's the alias telling you it's from your bank, but then you look at that link and it's taking you to some wild, random string domain. Yeah, no, you don't want to go there. And excuse me, they're just phishing. They want you to go to their site, which is going to be made to look like whatever they're trying to fool you into believing it is, and then they want you to put your credentials in so that they can steal your credentials and your money and everything else. All right, I think that's just about it. I think I covered quite a bit here, and my throat is not loving me right now. So I'm gonna go ahead and call it a day on the stream. Mind test. Whoop. Yeah, trying to make sure I didn't leave anything out, but I need to quit anyway. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this. I hope you learn a lot, and I hope you benefit from Thunderbird. Definitely go over to Thunderbird and show some love. Send a donation, $20, $30, whatever. Give these guys some love. These are power tools. This protects us. Email is a way that we have to communicate these days. I love email ever since I've been using it with Thunderbird. I've used multiple different clients in the past. Thunderbird has always been my favorite. These power tools that they give you with filtering and everything else to just make email boring. And that's a good feeling. Imagine when you load up your email, your inbox is only one or two things in there where, obviously these folders are going to have plenty more, and then you back up your emails. So when you back up your emails in these archives over here, and you back that up on over to, other storage devices, however you perform your backups, you can easily restore all of your emails. And if you did a clean slate wipe on your system, or if you bought a new laptop or whatever and you wanted to migrate your emails over to that laptop, you can just migrate everything on over there. And it's super simple and easy. You don't have to download them all over again off the internet and all of that crap. You just migrate them on over there. But make sure you use that primary password that I showed you earlier, because Thunderbird does use those session tokens. Remember, you definitely want to do that. Or actually, it wasn't in this one. It was down here. So you click on that little gear wheel down there, privacy and security, and then where's the primary thing? I'll probably skip right, but there it is. Use primary password, because your saved passwords are actually in here. I can click on this and show my back. I'm not going to do it obviously because that'd be stupid. Even though I'm still protected with a YubiKey and everything, don't be stupid. Don't give away your pass. But still, if you were to be attacked and your session tokens were stolen, you want to have that primary password. Alrighty. So, I think that's all I got for now, guys. I hope you all enjoy this video. Leave some comments, and maybe in the future, if there's more features or more questions about a certain feature or whatever, we can test all that out in another stream or whatever. Alrighty. I don't remember where OBS is. I'm outie. You guys take care.